All right, this is a organizational type video, and it is a duty position, an assignment that you give to a few people inside the platoon. Now, this can be on a rotational basis, or you assign your new people to the job. The ones that don't have much combat experience, you don't want them right up on the front lines fighting yet. And this is going to be some information here or considerations for a platoon ammo runner position. Now, I would recommend that you have a minimum of 2 per platoon, preferably 1 per squad. If you have a heavy weapons platoon, each heavy weapons team, so the team that's assigned to a particular mortar, the team that's assigned to a particular heavy machine gun, the team that's assigned to a particular recoilless rifle, or whatever it turns out to be, they should also have 1 or 2 ammo runners on each team, and these would be part of your normal ammo bearers, the ones who haul the ammo for that weapon. Now, get you in a mindset here. We are in a defensive battle, or you can throw this in here too in an assault, but it gets really hard to resupply ammo at that point. It really comes into play in a defense battle. So we got our squads are up here deployed. We have our platoon command post behind the line. At that platoon command post, you're going to have a supply of ammo for that upcoming battle. This is additional stuff beyond what could be or should be stored at the positions or on the troops already forward. So they have some extra cases of ammo there, extra cases of mortars, whatever. Now, during the battle, people are going to start running out of ammunition. And that is when your ammo runners come into place. The ammo runner, or runners, will go from your platoon command post, or wherever the ammunition is stored, and they will go out to where the ammunition is needed. Drop it off, and then they come back. Now, as this starts running low, you also have to make sure you have an ammo runner. That's why I say at least 2. One who's going back to the company ASP. ASP is ammunition supply point. It's where the ammunition is being kept. It's consolidated. So the runner that's coming back to here, he's getting the stuff that we think we're starting to run low on. He's coming back, picking it up, bringing it up here. The other runner is taking it up. This runner, if he's not needed to go back, he can assist with taking ammunition up to the front lines also. Now, in the absence of a ammo runner, this is something that falls on the NCOs, on the squad leaders, the team leaders, and also the platoon sergeant. It's not uncommon that you would have the platoon sergeant going back, getting the ammo, bringing it forward, while the LT is up here directing the actions in the defense. Now, the ammo runner, when he comes forward, he is bringing forward ammunition that is ready to go, essentially. So he is bringing forward bandoliers of ammo for your squad automatic weapons, your light machine guns, and general purpose machine guns. At least in the U.S. military, drums for belt feds get packaged similar to this. This is a setup for a saw for an M249. The 240, the 7.62 millimeter belted, it's similar, it's smaller, it's wider obviously, and it has a cardboard insert. You just have the bottom part here, there's no cover on it, and the belts are inside that. And then when they get the ammunition, they're supposed to rip the top off of the cardboard carton and pull the links out. With this one, when it gets up to the troop, they undo the tie, pull out the drum, set the rounds on the feed tray, and start to rock and roll. These do have shoulder straps, and you can carry multiples of these over your shoulders as you're bringing it forward. Now, barring that, Something that Brent0331 mentioned when he was in Iraq, what they did. Extra cans of ammo for the 240. They would open them up. They would cut the strap off of saw drum pouches, put a couple good knots on each end, and they would feed one here, one back here, close this up, and then they had a shoulder strap on here that their ammo runner could carry it like this. It's a lot easier to carry it that way than just carrying it like this. And also by having some set up like that, you can carry extra, you can carry some in your hands and still have more over your shoulder. Now, magazines for the rifles. When the ammo runner goes up to a position, he should be dropping off bandoliers of already filled magazines. He then should collect up the empty magazines and bring them back with him to that platoon command post. At that platoon command post, people will be refilling the magazines using speed loaders. I did a video showing you how to use those. It's really quick. So back here at the command post, you're probably going to have your casualty collection point for your platoon. The people that are wounded, they can't stay in the fight, but they can still help out. They can load magazines. Radio operator can do that too, you know, while he's going back and forth on his radio. The LT could do that too, loading the magazine while he's yelling at people over the radio. Whatever you have available, people are back here loading magazines. So when that ammo runner comes back, he's bringing those empty bandoliers back with him. He's got a shoulder bag with him or a rucksack and a salt pack filled with empty mags. He dumps the mags. These guys back here fill the magazines, and then he's taking those up on each run as he's going up. Now, another thing, your ammo runner can also help with evacuating casualties. If you got a litter casualty, he can be one of the people taking the litter back. And then once he gets back to the company area at the rear on his return trip, he's bringing up extra ammunition. Now, I did not mention explosive ordnance yet. Things like hand grenades, anti-tank rockets, anti-tank missiles, and that stuff. The anti-tank rockets, anti-tank missiles, obviously they're self-contained units. Most of those come with a shoulder strap on them, so you can just throw it over your shoulder and bring it up with you. With the Javelin, it has a carry handle on it. It's spring-loaded on the side that I remember. It was not uncommon where we would take a extra 240 sling and jury rig it onto a Javelin to carry it with us, if it didn't have one already on the tube. Now, with hand grenades and mortars, those come in crates inside tubes. The older stuff especially, and the hand grenades, would come in a cardboard tube. It was an asphalt impregnated tube. It was black, had 2 metal M caps and a piece of 100-mile-an-hour tape going around it. That's probably the way you should bring hand grenades forward, is that way, because it is safer. That way you don't have a problem of your ammo runners bringing forward a satchel full of grenades, a bag full of grenades. He's pulling them out and he accidentally pulls a damn pin on one of them as he's passing them off. That's a big catastrophic oopsies if that occurs, isn't it? So keep them in that canister, brings them forward, passes them off, and then the person at that position opens it up, pulls it out, preps it, uses it, restocks their pouch, whatever it needs to be. Mortars. The older ones I know came in the cardboard tubes, and from what I've seen on pictures, I was never a mortarman, but it looks like they have transitioned over to a plastic tube now, or a PVC type tube that they transport the rounds in. Same thing. It's a lot safer to transport those mortars to the position inside those tubes. Recoilless rifle, What I remember on those from looking at old training videos, those came inside the asphalt tubes also. 50 caliber ammunition, 40 Mike belted for Mark 19s and, you know, comparables around the world. Those you're not going to carry up in a bandolier. You're just going to have to carry them up by the cans, and it may turn into a situation where you might have to jury rig some type of litter, or use one where you've dropped a wounded person off, you're bringing a litter back up to the front lines, you load that litter down with those cans of ammo and you run that forward. Once you get up to your CP point or your supply point for heavy weapons, that is when you would drop those cans off, and then that litter ends up with a new wounded person on it for going back. You can potentially use your stretcher bearers if you had people pre-designated for that. Use them as the ones to run those big bulk ammos forward from the company ASP up to your platoon command post. Final note I have in here, the ammo runners must know and memorize the location of every fighting position for that platoon. So if he gets up here and he gets told that, hey, our 240 position over in 3rd Squad needs this ammo right most ricky tick and tick, he can take off from here with those extra cans and ammo, go straight to that position and drop it off there. Otherwise, when he's bringing that ammo forward, he's going to typically drop it off with a team leader or the squad leader, and he's going to be that, and he's going to handle the ammunition distribution inside his squad. There you go. That's what I could put together on this. I mention this because I have been rewatching the drama documentary series Pacific, made by HBO for World War II, showing the Marines fighting in the Pacific. And you see in there the guys that are constantly getting sent back to get ammunition as they're fighting off wave after wave after wave of attacking Japanese infantry. So you don't want to be in that situation. You don't want to be in that situation where you're running low on ammo and you have to literally look at and say, hey, you over there, go back and get more. You're better off having someone already designated to do that for you so that they know what they're supposed to do, how they're supposed to do it. This position, I really recommend do it on a rotational basis so that you don't have one person that, you know, that's their sole purpose in life is to run ammunition for everyone else. Everyone else gets to pull the triggers and he just keeps pulling up the ammunition for them. Put it on a rotational basis. Put those new people into it. Maybe someone who is lightly injured. They're lightly wounded, not bad enough to have to stay at an aid station or a hospital. They can still be with the platoon. You don't want them right on the front line because of whatever their injury is. Put them on this duty. Maybe it's a psychological thing. You know, they're starting to burn out. Well, have them humping the ammo up and helping bringing the wounded back. Okay, you get kind of the idea on this. Now, for all my engineer brothers and the Patriot Militia movements, always remember, essay ons.